Hey, this is Charlotte with Photoshoplovers.com, and I am continuing the series of the easy Photoshop tutorials for beginners in Photoshop CS6. We are in Photoshop CS6 now. In our last video tutorial, I did teach you how to change the eye color, and today we're going to whiten the teeth. This is the easiest method. I am such a lazy person in Photoshop. I like to do things quickly, things that take the least amount of time, because, you know, really when you're a graphic designer, time is of the essence. If you're planning on getting a job as a graphic designer, time constraint could be the most essential thing. You want to spend a lot of time on doing pretty much anything. You want to get things done quick and dirty. So with that being said, I'm going to teach you how to edit the teeth in less than 5 minutes in Photoshop CS6. Let's get started. Now here is the after picture. As you can see, this is the before and this is the after, and it's retaining all of the glossiness and everything in the teeth. Even the gums look brighter in this picture. I've brought out everything in the teeth without really corrupting the file or making it look unnatural. So it's not an unnatural white either. As you can see, I've kept all of the detail in the teeth, you know, the darker areas and whatnot. So let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do, and you should always do this, is duplicate your layer, and we're going to call this white teeth. Okay. And now we're going to use a quick mask. Normally what beginners do is they'll try to use the quick selection tool, which is wrong, because then it will select all the areas and edit areas that you don't want to be edited. So the proper way to do this is to do a quick mask mode. And I do know that there's a lot of different ways to do this in Photoshop. I'm just teaching you my way. So I have selected this little button right here. It's a quick mask mode, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to get a basic brush, take up the hardness a little bit, and it should be red, and you're just going to color in the teeth like so. And you can make your brush bigger and smaller as needed, and you're only going to be brushing in the areas of the teeth. Now I'm going to tell you something right now. This is a lot easier if you have a Wacom tablet, and I did do a series on the 10 things that every graphic designer needs. Those particular tools are essential for any graphic designer, or if you're just going to be working in Photoshop, you know, trying to make money. I don't know exactly what my viewers are using Photoshop for, you know, but, you know, hey, more power to you. But I'm just telling you that some things in graphic design school, they don't tell you. They don't tell you about Wacom tablets. They don't tell you half the things that I'm telling you. And I think that you will get a better education on YouTube than going to college. I personally feel that college was a waste of time, and that I've learned more on my own. The majority of the stuff that I've learned, I've taught myself. Another thing with graphic design, you really need to be very proactive in your education, because it is a very fast environment. You're going to want to be, you know, trying to educate yourself, basically. Nothing is just handed to you. So with that being said, you know, so don't worry if you mess up or you go color outside the lines, is what I call it, because we have Control Z, and then we're going to go back in and we're just going to toggle this button and go over the areas where we put too much. So give me 1 second here. Let me bump my opacity up here so I can make sure all of this is filled in. I get a really good selection here. Okay. So we got all of that selected. Now we're going to toggle this, and we're going to go around the edges, and you can use the left bracket tool to make your brush smaller, or you can go here if you don't know the shortcut keys. Now the left and right bracket are next to the letter P. Like on your keyboard it should say UIOP and then left bracket and right bracket. They are below the minus and plus sign and next to the P, if you're not familiar with computer terminology. Like I said, I don't really know the level of expertise that you guys have. You know, I don't even know if you have basic computer skills, so I'm just speaking to the majority if you don't know what a left bracket key is. And see, I messed up there. So that's okay. You can just toggle back and forth and you can just draw right back in there. And I'm not using a Wacom tablet right now because I want to be on the same level as you guys, because I'm pretty sure that most of you probably don't have a Wacom tablet. So it's a little bit difficult. You just need to have a steady hand and just go over that area. So once you get done, oh, I missed a part right here. Okay. And this is the most lengthy part of it, is just the selection. If you want to zoom in, you can get really gritty with the edges and stuff, but you know, for the most part, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Vern? We're just going to deselect these areas because we don't need them. Oops. Control Z. I went too far. Okay. Okay, so once you have a really good selection here, right, I'm going to bump that up. Okay. If you go too far, you can do Control Alt Z, which goes even farther back in steps. So once you have your selection, what you're going to do is you're going to click on this little button here, and it's going to select it for you. But we're still not done yet. We're going to go to Select, Inverse. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Image. Okay. Adjustments. We're going to go to Selective Color. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to Whites. We're going to bump that up, and as you can see, the glossy part is going glossier, and you want to bump up the black just a little bit. Now we're going to go to the yellows, and we're going to slide the yellows this way. Take out some of the yellow and the magenta, and we're going to slide it this way to get rid of some of the yellows and the black a little bit that way. And that's pretty much it for selective color. Now we're going to go to Image Adjustments, Hue and Saturation. Now what we're going to do here is we are going to take the saturation all the way down to right about there, and the lightness right about there, but we're going to choose Old Style. We're going to bump up the lightness right about there. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Now you press Control D and you can see that, wait, Control Z. Now you can also do a sharpen on the teeth, which I think it gives it a kind of a little bit of a glow. You could do that. Wait, but I think the sharpen was a little bit too much. Let's do a custom sharpen, a smart sharpen. So let's bump it down a little bit. Yeah, right about there. So if you do the preview, press OK, that looks a lot better. And it kind of brings out the glossiness a little bit. So if you zoom out, you can see the hell of a difference right there. Right? Am I right? And that was so easy to do. wasn't it? So if you like my tutorials and you love me, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and give me a big thumbs up. And thank you so much. If you want more information and more tutorials, visit Photoshoplovers.com. If you want to find this image and use the same image that I did, I just did a Google search for yellow teeth or dirty teeth, and I found this image, but I can also link this image in the description below. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have a wonderful day.